Here we are. Hi,
I love it.
dear.
Hello, everybody. Welcome.
Yeah, it's great to be here. Yeah. So do you just like typically you kind of let people sort of, oh, people are already here. That's awesome.
Yeah, like give people a
We got
minute to kind of jump on. I guess we can
absolutely, yeah.
introduce ourselves
Some early
too, just
folks
like
saying hello. Yeah.
people can know who you are.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think most of these folks are coming from your stream, which is awesome. So yeah, Danielle, do you want to go first? Introduce your
Sorry, my headphones
clientele?
just disconnected.
Oh, no problem.
I can't hear anything. I love
It's
this.
totally okay. This is what it's all about. Some folks saying hello. The duo we've needed. Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
We love it. Hello, Monica, Harrison, Demi, Lori. Love it.
Yeah, it's a
Harrison
great
is
group
the
here.
top of my downline here on YouTube.
Oh,
So
okay. Your first
he's the
recruit.
channel president.
Oh my God. Maybe if he recruits enough people, does he become like executive presidential diamond superstar or something?
We're working to become billionaires over here on
Oh
my
yeah.
channel,
Oh
so
yes,
he's gonna get
yes, I remember this.
his 25-cent commission for every member that he recruits.
There you go. Let's make that money. Custom emotes. So, Danielle, in case anybody is watching from my channel, do you mind introducing yourself?
Of course. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome back. I'm Danielle. I am a talking head here on the internet. Long story short, used to own a yoga studio, ditched that, started making silly little TikToks on my phone. And now I do freelance content creation, mostly short form video for brands, small businesses, that kind of thing, as well as make videos here on YouTube where I snark on a lot of the questionable things that are happening in the online coaching space specifically. So happy to be here. Excited
Nice.
to exchange gurus this evening. And if you want to introduce yourself to my channel, I'll go
Absolutely.
ahead and drop your link in my chat.
Oh, thank you so much. I will try to drop your link in my chat a little bit later here too. But so my name's Nicole. I own a company called Breaking Even Communications. It's a marketing company. I've been in business since 2008. So I've been doing this. This is year 16 of me doing this. I've been making YouTube videos for 10 years, but I really started getting into content creation about 2 years ago. So I react specifically to marketing gurus, but yeah, so DC is the one who told me about Danielle, and she was like, "Hey, have you met?" Hey, I'm like, "No." And then I started watching Danielle's content, and I was like, "Wow, like this is someone who's doing very similar work to me." So we thought we'd collab today, and I know it's after the holidays, but we thought we'd do a gift exchange of gurus. So she brought me a guru, and I brought her a guru that we don't know yet.
Should be a lot of fun for all of us here today.
Absolutely. Yep.
This is good. So for those of you listening, the comment reads, triple diamond member. Danielle said my next tax bracket is just one masterclass away. Send me your PayPal links, or you can pay me
Yep.
through my PayPal link, folks. Just
Yeah.
$1,111.
And 99 cents? No, 97 cents,
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah, it has ended a 7 because that's how guru prices are. So, we've decided to start this evening off with the guru that I'm bringing, Danielle, and his name is Stephen Mellor. Now, if that name sounds familiar to you, and actually I'll just put it on the screen because, that so you probably have seen this guy on TikTok, and I will show in a second. But in case you're thinking that name sounds familiar, there's actually an actor with the same name who was in some stuff in the 80s/90s who has passed away. So if you're like, that name sounds familiar, but I could not pick this person out of a lineup, it could be that you're mixing up this person with the actor. So Stephen Mellor you've probably seen him on TikTok. I'm going to show you a sample video and you'll see what I mean. He's known for sort of his sketch video tutorials. So here is an example one.
All right, here are 2 rules if you want more views on your videos. So rule number 1, you're going to spend 80% of the time worrying about the hook and the thumbnail. Now, rule number 2 is taking a page out of YouTube's book, and you're going to test different styles of thumbnails. So swap out the cover photos, try different fonts, try different layouts. Now, I know it kind of seems backwards to spend all of your time worrying about the first few seconds. However, if you can't get the user to stick around longer than a couple seconds, your video is going to underperform and it's not going to get pushed out to the masses. Now, I'm going to pause and zoom out here so you can take a screenshot and toss me a follow if you want to learn more.
Okay, this is giving Draw My Life on YouTube. That was really popular like 10 years ago, where people would literally draw
Okay,
their
yeah.
life story. That's what this is making me think of.
Right. So this idea of sketching content is not super, like, we've seen it before. I know that there's a company called Moz, or it used to be called SEO Moz. They're like a sort of search engine optimization. They have like tools for that, but they also make a lot of content. They used to have Whiteboard Fridays. Same idea. Like, we're going to go through how to optimize your website listing for local search. And they would do this whole whiteboard of going through everything.
I see.
So I feel like this is not super unique content. If you are like sort of interested in this idea, I wanted to just kind of share what happened is where'd it go? There's a book called The Doodle Revolution. You know what? I'll just throw it on the screen. I was going to put the link to it in, oh my God, I'm having technical difficulties here. A friend of mine actually gave me this book. And then I proceeded to forget. I'm at my office right now. Those of you who, like, I have a separate office. So I proceeded to forget the book on my table, but it looks like this. So in case you want to, like, people have shown that like doodling kind of accesses a different part of your brain. So this is what the book looks like.
I see.
So it's basically this idea that you can use doodling as a way to like solve problems or as a way to take notes. And it helps you remember information better because your brain stores sort of drawings and physical, depictions differently than it stores words. So like it could be a very valid way to like show information, but also to remember information for yourself, even if you just doodle for your own, if you're not going to make TikTok videos of yourself doodling, right? So anyway,
yeah, like
I
don't think there was anything necessarily wrong with the format. Like I did find it as a viewer, it was easy. Like I didn't find myself getting distracted because of the fact that he was drawing and stuff.
Yeah.
It's more like the content itself that I'm like, I don't know if I agree with what you're saying here, sir.
Yep. And we've got some comments in the chat. Doodling is how I channel my ADHD when I'm listening to something. Yeah.
Makes sense.
And I'm always trying to improve my content. Appreciate you both sharing your creativity. And I use doodles to relax. So like, it's just like, if you look up, I think I used the word marketing tutorial sketch or marketing sketch. Sometimes marketing sketch, you get like comedy marketing sketches.
Yeah.
But if you do like marketing tutorial sketch, you'll see this guy's content everywhere. And he reposts the same content a lot, which I'll get into in a second. But a tool that I like to use when I do YouTube videos, and maybe Danielle's audience, you'll appreciate this, is a little something called the Wayback Machine. So on the internet, there exists an archive of websites. So if you want to go back and be like, oh, what did this website look like in 2008? Or what did this website look like in 2011? There is screenshots of these websites that we can access. And what's nice when you look at a guru is you can look at like the past renditions of the guru. So this
go ahead.
Before
we get into that story, I think it's more, I want to address the actual content of the video first before we move past it.
That's great. I was using it as a comment here in the chat. I love it. Yes.
There's a comment here in the chat specifically that I want to highlight from Demi that says, his strategy reminds me of how so many coaches make content after selling it, focusing only on the hook and thumbnail, content later, if at all. And so in the video itself, it said spend 80% of your time focusing on the hook and focusing on the thumbnail. And he was specifically talking about TikTok short form content, which as someone who has been creating TikToks for the last 4 to 5 years, absolutely not. Yes, the hook is important. And if you have a crappy hook, no one's going to listen to the content of your video, but no one gives a crap what thumbnails look like on TikTok because no one's scrolling through anyone's profile. People are on the FYP, the For You page, just swiping along. So the hook piece is important, but the actual content of the video itself is also equally as important, I would say. I just wanted to
No,
address that before we
no,
moved on.
totally. No, that makes a ton of sense. He's going to say a lot of, I think what happened was I was preparing this and I'm like, there's so much more coming up that I was just
this
like,
is just the surface.
this is just the surface. And I want to kind of give you an idea of like how he does his content. I totally agree with you. And as somebody, making a thumbnail look nice for like YouTube can be like really important.
Super important.
And some other, and other things.
YouTube's
But
totally different.
yeah. Well, and these platforms are all different. And sometimes, it's tempting to treat them the same, but it's not going to work as well for you. And I agree. Like, I'm not going to follow a creator if I watch several videos in a row and you just have a hook in a thumbnail and you don't have any information to share, I'm not going to keep following that. So I get that. Yeah. I mean,
trash.
We're here for
I'm excited to see the evolution.
Yes. Well,
if that's where we're starting.
We are starting where we're starting. So this is so excuse the red. I did not choose it, obviously. So this is from September 19 of 2020. Now, what you'll notice is there's a couple of broken images here. So even though this is a sort of capture of a website, sometimes it doesn't capture every single thing about the website. So as you see here, we have Stephen Molor, content creator, social media expert, growth hacker, and entrepreneur. Whenever I hear growth hacker, I always so what
it's
if
almost
I could
as bad
teach you
as like a self-proclaimed thought leader? Anyone who calls themselves a thought leader, I'm like, red flag.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we all hopefully are the leaders of our own thoughts. You know what I mean? So below this, it says, what if I could teach you how to grow a highly engaged audience around what you love most and said you didn't need to post selfies or run ads to do it? Would you be down? Would you be down? So
down to clown. Let's go.
So that's okay. So this is the vibe we're getting. And I really wanted to just look at this one because there's a little like about him in this section. Where is it? There it is.
So is this when he started his business? Was 2020?
No.
Or his website?
No. So as you see, there's like on the very top, right, where it says like September 19, 2020, there's a little tick mark in 2018.
Okay.
So the website existed in 2018. Yeah, Demi, sorry about the blinding red. It's over now. He'll pivot pretty quickly to black and white, which we'll see in a second. But I wanted to read the bio because when you try to look up Stephen Molor and there's like an actor from the 90s, so we have to kind of go on his own thing. So he's a content. Wait, he already said this. So he grew 100,000 follower audience in 1 year on the back of content and strategy. An expert in social media marketing and a designer by heart. And I don't know what a designer by heart is. I feel like it's like a designer at heart, maybe, or the heart of a designer. I think he's trying to say that he's not a good designer, but wants to be. Now teaches creatives how to build a highly engaged audience online. What started as just sharing his passion on Instagram turned into him becoming a content producing machine. Steve churned out hundreds of carousels and stories that have generated millions of views and massive amounts of engagement. Now, if you go look actually at Steve Molor's Instagram profile, you'll see that there is nothing there from before 2021, which I think is interesting.
Have you looked him up on Social Blade?
I have that tab pulled up.
Okay.
So
we'll get there.
So exactly. So and the last paragraph says he's the creator of Flocked, a wildly popular caption app for Instagram. Now, if you don't try clicking on this link because it will send you to a website that is trying to hack you. So
perfect.
This doesn't appear to be a thing anymore, but I want to give you the background that he is a social media person. He's a designer by heart, and he wants to help you grow online. So this is what he's telling us in September of 2020. All right. So I thought we would see a little bit. Yes. One more thing here. All right. So now we're going to fast forward slightly. So that was September. We're going to look at December of the same year. Okay.
Okay. So like 3 months later.
3 months later.
Insert SpongeBob.
Exactly. So we are going to pull. My God, I need to get a mouse on this computer. It's just really a thing. All right, so present, share screen, Chrome tab. Okay, so 3 months later, the red's gone. So we can all relax now. We won't see the red again. So sorry that I traumatized you there. And what we see here now is he is now saying that he's going to build you a highly engaged and profitable following. Okay, so we see that he's starting to offer some courses, including Instagram 0 to 10K growth guide. Okay, and free Instagram email course, content creator blueprint. So we start seeing that he's like, oh, carousel secrets. So he's starting to like take a little foray into some product stuff. And I thought I would show you. So there isn't super much here. It's just like, he's got programs, shocker. But I thought I would play you a video from around this same time. Because like I said, we're trying to sort of relate. Where is it? Story relate. Did I not upload it? Did I? There it is. Okay. So this is from 2020. And this is one of his Instagram tips. As you see, he's selling like an Instagram growth course, right? So this is one of them.
The one story hack no one's mentioned. It's so simple you could try this today. And doing this should increase the engagement on your stories. All you need is good content and a reaction sticker. And it works best if this is shareable or relatable content. And last tip, placement of the sticker is key. So add your content, add a reaction sticker, and hit send.
What is good content? If I don't know anything about content, how is this helpful? Guys, if you want to be successful on the internet, post good content. You heard it here first.
And tell people to react to it.
I do agree with like an actual hack. If you are someone that wants like better engagement on Instagram stories, your first story of the day should include an interactive sticker, whether that's like a poll, a reaction emoji, something like that. Like that's not wrong, but to tell people to post good content, like that's so open for interpretation. I don't like that at all.
Right. So like I said, this girl, he evolves. And a lot of his ideas are similar here. So, I mean, not a spoiler alert, but yeah. So anyway, so now we jump to, so that was December of 2020. So now we jump to June of 2021, AKA 6 months later. So this is his website 6 months later. So I think he's just really trying a lot of stuff and seeing kind of what sticks to the wall, so to speak. So, and now from going forward, we will have the black background website.
Okay.
So very, very, very masculine. And again, I see that like not all the images are loading, and I'm sure it does. Like I'm sure this menu, for example, should go across the top. Actually, let me just, there we go. Yeah. So here's a cheat sneak plus 25 reels of content. Tap to snag it. And as you see here, so he's offering carousel secrets, coaching, and his caption app. And I think that's supposed to be in the menu. Again, it doesn't exactly look like this, but it gives us an idea of what his content is. So I help entrepreneurs grow their brand using social media.
So now he's targeting business owners and not people who are content creators.
Yeah.
Because before he was teaching you how to be an influencer.
Right. So now
Which story is it?
Yeah, we don't know, right? So, but he is doing coaching now, because as we know, because both you and I work one-on-one with clients, like that, and that is how, I don't know, is that how you, not to be presumptuous, is that how you make most of your money, Danielle, working one-on-one with clients?
I would say like a good portion, yes.
Yeah, and I make most of my money doing that too. So that's pretty normal. And I thought we could yeah, you know what? We're gonna watch a little bit of his content from 2021. So we saw some of his content from 2020, and I thought we'd watch 3 short videos here from 2021. So let me just, yep, okay. So remember how he has the caption app that he's selling, the flocked? I don't know, like a flock of, I don't know. That was just me being a flock. The Flocked app for captions. Okay, so he puts out this video the same year. This actually, yeah, so this was posted in April of
If
that
you're
year.
looking for better captions and subtitles for your videos and you don't want to spend all day editing, I've got the solution for you. Check this out. Head over to v.io. You're going to want to import your video and then head over to subtitles. Then you're going to click auto subtitle, then create subtitles. Once that's finished, you'll get here and it'll outline all of your subtitles. You can click on any one to edit. You can set the timing of them. You can change the style. You can even download and export these for other programs. The best feature though, you get a full timeline. When you're finished, just export the video and you're good to go. So let me know what you think if you're going to try this. And if you want to learn how to grow your brand online, stick around.
So he is pitching a captions app called Flocked in 2021. And at the beginning of 2022, it's a completely different caption app.
Okay, so but is he talking, this is where I'm confused, is like, is he talking the actual caption or is he talking closed captions?
He's talking about the caption, I think, on the video. And then I think you download the SRT file and you would upload that as the closed captions.
Like his Flocked app though, because I was under the impression it's like a caption app, like
Oh.
it writes the caption for you. Whereas like
Oh,
closed
maybe
captioning
that's
is
what it
on-screen
was.
text.
Maybe that's what it was. Because I was thinking, like, why is he promoting
Promoting
this
somebody
app that does the same thing? Okay, so there's different.
Because there's closed captions, which is like text on screen, and then there's captions, which is like the text that you write out of like a big long paragraph
That is
of why I'm
such
so
a good point.
inspirational.
I just saw it and I was just like, why?
Also,
Why?
for the record, anyone that wants closed captions on their videos, just use CapCut. It's free.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I downloaded these videos so that we could sort of watch them, but a lot of people in the comments were like, I just use CapCut. It works really well. So, and
'Cause
then
know
I also
V.io costs money. So if you're looking
right,
for a free caption app, closed caption app, use CapCut.
right. And like he also spends time talking about tools, right? Like and how to so again, like post good content, but what is good content? And they'll talk about tools, but not like this is why you use this tool. This is how you use this tool, or here's an example of this tool in action, right? So I want to play something that he posted in March and notice that he's endorsing Teachable in this clip.
If you're creating courses online, you should be using these apps. Teachable is my go-to when it comes to making video courses. You can break everything up by modules, super easy. Gumroad is perfect for hosting or selling any digital products. Finally, use ConvertKit to tie everything together. If you like that, you know what to do.
Okay, this like filming like this makes me a little bit motion sick.
Yeah, totally. It's not my style either. So 3 months later in June, he posts this video and notice what course software he's talking about. Like, well, it's on the screen, but he doesn't actually talk about it, but see if it's Teachable.
Instagram is rolling out some new features. One of them is subscriptions where you can offer exclusive content to your audience for a monthly fee. Now, one of the bigger red flags to me right out the gate is that Instagram will own your customers. So this sounds really good on the surface, but all the questions that come up are, who owns the customer? What happens if I get banned? Where does my content go? Will I get paid out still? You're betting 100% on exclusivity with Instagram here. Then imagine if you blow up big on another platform. You got to think long term, and I would rather move it to a service I have a little bit more control with. Now, if you like these sketches and you want to learn more about social media, stick around.
Interesting. Wonder what happened there.
So I looked it up because I was like, So he was talking about Teachable in March, and then he talks about Kajabi in June, 3 months later. And they both pay 30% commission. But Kajabi is more expensive.
Oh, so if I'm paying like $100 for Teachable, your commission's $30. But if I'm paying $200 for Kajabi, you're making a $60 commission.
Right. So the price points for Teachable, the most popular one is $119 billed annually. And then for Kajabi, the most popular one is, it's $99 a month for the first 3 months, but then I'm trying to see what happens after. Yeah, they don't tell me, oh, where is the yeah, they don't tell me what happens after, but I'm guessing it goes up from there. So I did look it up and I was like,
Interesting.
yeah. So again, we're allowed to change our mind on tools, but what we always want to ask ourselves is like, and I'm not saying like, if I unfollow someone, I don't announce myself on the way out or anything. Do you know what I mean? I understand that you
Yeah.
can be like, oh, there's this better tool, but like we just have to look at like how does the money shake out? So anyway, I think that's what it goes into. So let's we've got three more light touch points here with Steven and his website. Um, and we have some interesting branding changes too. So we're going to talk about so we're solidly in 2022 with this content, and as you see, he kind of is pivoting more toward Instagram, which is not surprising because a lot of his content is about Instagram. So this is where we see Steven a little bit for the first time. Grow
Okay,
and
this is it,
monetize your
2022.
audience. Yeah, so this is September
Okay, so now
16
he's
of
back.
2022.
He's back to teaching people how to be influencers. We went from influencer to helping entrepreneurs. Now we're back to helping influencers.
Yeah, and we're going to stay on this track for a bit.
The
So
influencers are where the money is. People, take notes. Get your pens and
well, we
papers out.
all like if you think about it, right? If I was going to help an audience of people who want to pay, like a lot of people want to become paid content creators
Yes.
versus owning businesses. I'm guessing that number is bigger. And I'm guessing that number is
I would
also
think so.
younger and less
Mhm.
experienced and willing to pay for courses.
Mhm.
That's what I'm guessing. But again, I mean, I don't know for sure. But I like that he's just like, he looks like he's
Give me
so
your money. Give me your money.
give me your money.
I'm ready for it.
So, he does have some digital products, including a Discord, and he's selling, or he has he makes these marketing sketches and is giving people access to them, to 25 plus marketing sketches. So I appreciate making mindless doodles of my notes as we speak. I appreciate
When's your
that.
online course launching? Let us know.
Yeah,
Send us the link.
yeah. So he's got some free content, and then he also has this. Are you serious about growing on Instagram? And this is called the Gram Blueprint. Gram.
Okay, this is interesting. As an aside, back in like, I want to say 2017, when I launched my very first blog, my very first podcast, there was a very popular like online guide selling at that time called the Instagram Blueprint. I'll have to Google it and see if I can find it. And it was $200. Again, keep in mind, this was like 7 or 8 years ago. And it was basically the same principle. We have an account with 100,000 followers. Like, we'll teach you everything we do in order to do that. And I just, there's something about this that's just really icky to me.
Right. And Monica has a good question, which is like, was he a successful content creator before this? Here's the thing. He's deleted all his content that he's posted before 2021. And if we look at his social blade, which we will in a sec, he only has 42 total posts. So like, it's really hard to like see the history of it. And also I don't necessarily have his client list. So I can't be like, oh, well, he doesn't necessarily do it for himself, but he does it for these clients. And I also didn't reach out to him, full disclosure, about his clients. I used to list clients on my website, and then this other marketing agency would try to steal them. So I stopped doing that. It was just kind of funny, but I wanted to show you too. So this is his logo too, right? So pay attention to this in case you're interested in logo. So SM, Stephen Muller. Okay, so this is where we first see his logo, and we're gonna keep seeing his face in black and white as his website here. But he has free guides and courses at this point in terms of how he makes his money. And it looks like he is, linking to multiple places where he's creating content. So I'm guessing he makes some of his money on content creation. I just don't know how long he's been doing that or how successful he is at that, obviously. So, all right. So I know what you're thinking. What happens next? Well,
because that was what, 2022? That was September 2022? Okay.
For 2022. So I'm going to show you two videos that have happened on around the same time. So this is, yeah, hooks. Okay. So I have all these named in order. So here is one of the 2 videos that are happening around this time.
How to sell digital products using stories.
It's called the hook story offer method. Everything starts with a hook. So you're going to start out with a couple question stickers or poll stickers to get them to engage. Then you're going to tie that into some painful problem that ties into your product. After you get them in here, you're going to intro the offer and then show them a bunch of social proof. Then reveal your offer and tell them why they need it. Then it's just about optimizing and converting those people into sales.
So the same method that every internet guru has been using since the end of time. I used to be poor and now I'm rich. And Ashley was also poor and she took my course and now she's rich. So here's the course. You should buy it if you want to become rich too. It's the same format.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So, and the other thing too is like, and a couple of people said this in the comments of this video. We're like, can we see an example of this? Because that's the thing, right? Like you see like a formula, and I know what with my clients, I'll be like, hey, let's do this, and they'll be like, what? And then I'll show them 2 or 3 examples, and they're like, oh, got it. Like I get what you're doing now. I think most people need examples, even if they understand the general framework. So here, I think, did I play this one already? Oh, I already played this, the relatable story with the sticker content. Okay, I forgot that I already posted that one. All right. So it happens. I have like multiple clips and stuff, so I get all confused. Okay. So I only had 1 clip because we've already seen the other one. So December of 2022. We are looking at, so that was from September, the one we just looked at where he's like, you know, wanting our money, right? So let's take a look at, also like all these like tabs look the same. So actually, before I close this out, pay attention. Okay, let's look at the button says, I want to grow and monetize my Instagram. That's what the little black button said underneath his face. Okay, so I want to grow and monetize my Instagram. But let's take a look at this one. Okay, present the screen. They're all the same looking. But now instead of let's grow your Instagram, it says steal my process. And as you see here, a tagline also says build a 6-figure personal brand on social media. Whereas the previous one said grow and monetize your audience, which is, you know.
Now we're getting specific. Don't just make
So
$5 when you could make $500,000.
Right.
With my secret formula.
So build a 6-figure personal brand on social media. This can be done in as little as 30 minutes per day. I know sounds crazy, but that's what I've done and I've helped my clients do as well. So
okay, but this brings up a question that Monica said in the chat. Does he make the money through creating content, or does he make the money through teaching other people how to make the money creating content?
Right.
Questions.
Right. We don't know. And we'll never know because these are publicly traded companies. Yay, DC's here.
Hello, hello.
Yeah. And yeah, so like the famous 6-figure decoration, and I also have to like do this too. And so he's Stephen SM. He needs a partner with BTS initials. That's chef's kiss right there. So we see here that he's like transitioning to guru, right? So this is December 6th of 2022. Okay. So this is relatively, so we're still selling the Graham blueprint.
This is the moneymaker. This is where we're making the 6 figures, folks, allegedly.
And then some of his kind of free stuff, the sketches, the 0 to 10K Instagram, which was his original program that we saw in the first version of his website. Right. So, but he's still only promising us 0 to 1K Instagram followers, but he's promising us 6 figures. So there's that. And now we're going to jump to the version of this that is right before present day. Let's see. Oh, nope. That's interesting. All right. So if there was going to be a pivot here, Danielle, what would you expect this pivot to be? if I was going to tell you that the header of this website looks totally different, what do you think it's going to be? If you had to guess.
In terms of like, what does it say?
Yeah, like what's he going to be like into here?
Something to do with, probably 7 figures now, working in 31 day a week or something stupid and
31
unrealistic.
We got a newsletter.
Oh, weird.
Right?
I did not expect that at all.
I-
This took a weird turn.
Right? So now we have a newsletter with 20,000 readers. And he has 78 reviews of what I don't know. I can't click on it. Like I don't know where this is supposed to go. This 71 reviews.
Wait, so people are rating his email list? Like, oh, this email is a 5 stars. Where are they leaving these reviews?
I don't know. But there's only 78 of them and there's 20,000 people. Right? So
yeah,
I thought that was interesting. And I don't have much to say about that except that that's quite the pivot. And if
okay, but from a business
Yeah.
perspective, if you want to grow your email list, this is absolutely not the way to do it. People don't just want to give you their email. Like, oh, join my email. Whenever I see someone say, like, join my email list with a little box like this, the conversion rate on that has to be close to 0. Like, people need something in exchange for joining your email list. Most people aren't just going to like freely give away their email address.
So something I will say is that these people produce a lot of content. And so there's a lot of context to them elsewhere online besides their website. Now, the average small business owner, like most of us don't have like thousands of videos on the internet, but this guy has a lot of content out there. So maybe what I'm thinking is I saw his content and then I came to his website, but I've had a lot of context and maybe I'll subscribe to the email newsletter with that context. But I just thought it was really interesting because it was like, hey, we're growing on Instagram. We're going to monetize your content. We're going to get you to 10,000 followers or on Instagram. And then it's like, join my email newsletter. I was like, interesting.
Even still, I have a hard time believing that people would join an email list. Like I think of even the creators that I follow closely. If they were just like, join my email list, I probably wouldn't unless they were like, join my email list and I'm going to give you, whatever his thing was, 99 hooks for your content, like something like that, where you're getting something out of it.
Yeah. He's like, 20,000 people subscribe. So like they think it's good. But we have here now he's selling 2 different products. He's dropped the Graham Blueprint and now it is 0 to 100K membership. Grow and scale your audience fast. And then Audience Accelerator. I'm not quite sure how these two things are different except because they're both about growing your audience fast.
So maybe one is like a membership and one's like a course or something.
Yeah.
Like maybe the delivery is different, but it's the same content.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, and maybe you get more one-on-one time or something in the more expensive one or something. And then he has an affiliate program. I guess you can affiliate his courses now because like why wouldn't you have an affiliate program, right?
Love it.
I know, right? It's a little interesting here. All right. And so before we look at the latest version of his website, let's catch up on the comments here for a second because I feel like there's been some good ones. 6 figures from 10K followers. I'm assuming. Yeah. It's interesting, right? And Danielle, you have more than 10,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And are you making six figures?
6 figures? Not on YouTube. Yeah. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I make more money on TikTok than I do not from TikTok, but from like working with brand partners on TikTok than I ever have on YouTube.
Yeah. So Rachel says, I got an email today from a small online company asking me to rate their email. They're kind of a joke company. And to be fair, it was very entertaining. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe he sent out reviews and he got 70 to get back or something. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. And then is he applying his own teachings? Well, we'll talk about that in a second too. Right. So, because right at the beginning, he says start with the hook in the first couple of seconds. I don't know if he's starting with the hook in all these videos. And then he says, in a video we're going to watch, he says, rather than sending people, how on TikTok or Instagram, you get one link. And most of us, we send people to a page that has maybe links to our latest YouTube video or a link to a course we're doing or something like that, right? We have multiple things. Mm-hmm. He's saying send people to one thing. Yeah, exactly. And he's saying send people to one thing. and they have to opt into the
Mhm.
one thing. But when you go to his, he has more than one thing on it. So I'm not sure. I'm just saying all these gurus, and I understand how like you can have a rule of thumb and say, listen, this rule of thumb doesn't particularly apply to me. But like a lot of times, like what I like to talk about on my channel, for those of you who aren't on my channel, is I like to point out when these things are going on so that you don't feel like, am I completely misunderstanding this? I'm pointing out that they're not walking their talk a lot of the times. We'll see trainers, they'll say post 15 stories a day, and I'll follow them for 2 months and I'll count how many stories they post a day, and it's like 3 or 4. So it's like, okay, if you're not even following your own advice, right? Does he apply his own teachings? Do any of them? Yeah. So, and I think he is testing to see what converts. I mean, I think that's what's going on here because he's changing a lot of his content really quickly. And then this, right? I enjoy watching YouTube content creators' oldest videos to see how far they've come in their videography skills. I know how far I've come. Yeah, me too. Like if you go to my channel, like I said, I think my oldest video is like 11 or 12 years old. And like, I would hope I'm better by now. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. And that's what I tell my clients too, when they want things to be like, they're starting to do it themselves and they want to be really polished and perfect. I say, go to your favorite person on YouTube and go watch their first video. And you'll see exactly, is to get good at it. Right. And even if we practice a lot, doesn't mean we're 100% amazing at it. So I have a couple more clips and then we'll look at his, there we go. Yeah. So we've got one more version of his website to look at, and he's going to change his logo, I believe. So enjoy that. All right. So stop the share. I really wish StreamYard worked differently. I would be there. Oh, nope, that's not it. That's not it. Hold on. There's one more video. That's not it. Yeah, okay. You know what? We're just going to skip this. Yeah, so this is his, we're going to look at his current website. That's what we're going to do. Because I was going to look at one more, but you know what? This is getting kind of long, and I do not want to lose people here. All right. So this is his current, no, this is November 10 of 2023. Okay, this is what's going on. All right. Present, share screen. Sorry, all these, the favicons, the little tiny icons each of these websites have that you tell them apart, they're all the same. So I'm like trying to tell them apart. Okay, so this is from November 10 of 2023. So this is a pretty recent evolution here of his website. So I'm going to close this out so that we can see so as you see, his Stephen Miller now is a little signature, and it's not just the S and the M like laid on top of each other. And transform your knowledge into a profitable digital empire. And it seems like the G is getting a little cut off there. That's not you. That's on the screen for me too. There's a whole lot more to just growing an audience. There's lots and lots of people who grow big accounts and make zilch from it. It's more common than you think. So let's fix that. So here he's selling this 100K creator program and a stories automation program. I love the look on your face.
I'm only confused because up until this point, for the last 3 years of his business, his whole brand has been grow to 100K followers, grow to 100K followers, get 10K followers, grow your account. And now all of a sudden we're like, oh no, we don't care about growth. We care about making money. So it's like very interesting that he would like basically crap on what he was promoting before. There's more than just growing an audience. Meanwhile, his entire brand was built on the idea of growing an audience.
I thought you would enjoy
the irony
this.
is not lost on me.
Also, as William says, he got glasses. We all know, right? If we were the woman in the romantic comedy, we'd take our glasses off and then everyone would see us as beautiful. But if we are a guru, we put the glasses on and now everyone sees us as smart. So he is selling a 100K creator program. And I just also appreciated when I clicked on this, it was like stories. Oh, right. I forgot. I'm only sharing the stories on autopilot is what he promises. like how, as somebody, and Danielle, you're really good at posting stories. How do you think you could autopilot Instagram stories, or do you actually have to like spend effort on that?
Yeah, like what does that even mean? What would you
I
even
don't
be
know.
posting?
So as you see here, he's got some content, how to make 5K in 30 days with digital products, 11 Instagram stories hacks that will 5x your story views. And then we have a lot of testimonials without context.
Wait, can you scroll up for a second? There
Oh,
was one that I
absolutely.
right there. Like
Which
this
one?
one by Isma on the right side. Oh, they're
Uh-huh.
all from Isma. It just says, "It was great. I really appreciate the value. Can't wait to see the next workshop." It's like he hosted a Zoom call and then shotted the chat and was like, "Yeah, this is a testimonial."
Right. And it's the same name, great time, very helpful and interesting. Thanks.
Yeah, like what?
And
That's not a
one is a
testimonial.
capital I and one is a lowercase I. I don't know, maybe they're different people. Um,
I don't get
so
it. I'm just like, if I'm gonna post a review on my website, I want context of like product XYZ is great because of reason ABC, not this was great. Can't wait till next time. Like that's not helpful.
yeah. So apparently Instagram stories is the key to like booking clients, right? 5 clients with 1 story each. Got 22,000 DMs, 13,000 emails collected, 200,000 story views, 100% organic, 58% opt-in. Opt-in to what? So I'm not quite sure like if there was and then what who's next? And then it says apply to stories on autopilot. So I was just really curious how you would put stories on autopilot unless you like did a bunch of stories and then like auto scheduled them to like go online periodically. That was the only thing I
Yeah,
could think of.
weird. Unless Ori's giving you like a bunch of prompts, maybe. Like I've seen people sell like a 30 days of story templates. And so day 1, share your biggest fear. And day 2, talk about your transformation. And day 3, how your offer can help people with their biggest fear. And then like that's the only thing I can think of is if he's selling you the prompts that you use every day
Right.
to then
But
show
you
up
and
and
I
you still have
both
to
know
manually
like
do it.
yeah, you and I both know though like the prompt is like 10% of the work. You actually have to like make it, edit it, maybe get someone to approve it if you're working with a client and then schedule it. So like having the
And the
idea is
prompts don't
like
make sense in the context of most businesses because, like,
right.
unless you're just copy pasting someone else's business, like, it doesn't make sense for me to only talk about the things in the 30-day schedule or whatever.
Right. Yeah. So anyway, I thought you'd. So I really wanted to go through his evolution because I thought that it was important to understand the context of him. And we got just a couple more like 3 more videos that I collected. And so yeah, okay. So this one video is way too fast, and I know the reason that he did it this way is so that people would watch it over and over again. But I'm gonna save the one that I want your real feedback on to the end because I don't think you're. Yeah, use ManyChat and Flowdesk. Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah. So here's another one. Again, it's 8 seconds. And then we're gonna watch an 8-second one and I screenshotted each slide of it so that you could react to
Okay.
it because you're a content creator. So
I will say I do like that editing style where he's, like, pretending to text and has it pop up. That's
yeah,
cool.
right? Yeah. I like that too. Okay, so we're gonna watch this one and then we're gonna look at it slide by slide. It is how to make
Okay.
$100,000 as a creator.
Oh, perfect.
And you're a creator who makes money. So I thought you would have stuff to say about this. So we'll watch the whole thing and then we're going to go through it screenshot by screenshot. So. Okay. So Danielle, by watching this 8-second video, you're going to make $100,000 a year. Ready? So this is the
Can't
first
wait.
slide. So first you have one client at $3,000 a month. Client work is the fastest way to revenue, but you're still trading time for money. You don't need, I'm guessing, ton of followers to do this. Position yourself on Instagram, showcase your results, DM 10 potential clients per day who are a good fit, close one client per month at $3,000. So my question is, one client at $3,000 per month coming into your pipeline.
I love that he doesn't tell you, like, what kind of client is this? What are you doing for them that's worth $3,000? Like, where there's no context. Okay.
Yes.
So
Yep.
someone just pay me $3,000, even though I don't have a specific skill set to help you that's worth that. Like, what?
I reacted to an Alex Hormozy video, my last video before I got COVID and slept 1,000 years. I did an Alex Hormozy video, and he was basically like, yeah, you just get, I hired a super basic agency, and they only charge between $3,000 and $5,000 a month, and to make basic video edits on 3 videos a week. And I'm like, if you'll pay me $3,000 to make basic video edits on 3 videos a week, taking out the ums and stuff and putting an intro and a closing, if anyone watching this stream wants to pay me $3,000 a month to do that, I will do that for $3,000 a month. No problem. But like, yeah, he was talking about how like cheaper agencies were like $3,000 to $5,000 a month. So I thought that was kind of funny. And by the way, I got crucified in the comments. Like,
oh, I'm sure.
Dude bros were like, oh yeah. I posted it and I like held my breath, and it was yeah, we've got guru math, right? 3K a month, 3 a month, 100K. It's easy.
No skills necessary. Just charge
absolutely
someone,
not.
call
Yeah.
10 people and get them to pay you $3K. One of them will be dumb enough to give you the money.
Okay. There's
I just
somebody
don't
spamming on
understand.
your channel, Danielle. If you want to block them in your comments, it's not letting me block them.
Can one of my mods help Harrison?
Yeah,
help?
it's so okay. So one of your money pillars is one client a month for $3,000. And I don't know if you feel comfortable talking about what your clients pay you. I think I have one client that pays us more than $3,000 a month, and we do all their social media, we do their email newsletters, we run ads, like we do a lot of stuff for them. But most clients are under that. So
yeah, and I don't understand what we're selling them. He didn't say. He just said find a client to pay you $3,000 for what? Is it social media management? Is it content strategy? Is it marketing? Like, what is it?
Yeah,
ads.
exactly.
Like, there's so many different things. Like, what he's not saying.
Yeah. So.
And this is the kind of like vague, ambiguous thing we see in the coaching industry in general. Is like, if you want to build a 10 or 100K coaching business, get X amount of clients to pay you however much the math works out to. But they don't tell you like what you're coaching the people on or what the outcome is that you're helping them achieve. So on paper, sure, it can make sense. Like, yeah, if you backwards engineer $100,000, you need to make roughly like $9,000 a month. Okay, but what are people paying me that $9,000 for? Like, no one ever sits down and talks about what time is worth and what the service is and how to value the service and all of that. It's just figure out how much money you want to make, backwards engineer the math, and that's how much you should charge. For what?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And the thing is, like, and I'm not saying for people to like quote unquote undercharge themselves. I'm just saying that the client wants to know, like, for me, they want to know like how much content am I producing? How many videos a week am I producing for them? How much content am I posting to their Instagram? How many email newsletters am I writing one a month? Am I writing one a quarter? Like, they just want to know what the deliverables are, and it's understandable. Like, I don't think any of us would want to buy something unless we knew what we were getting for it, right? So anyway, okay. So the first $3,000 a month comes from your one client that's paying you $3,000 a month.
And you don't know what you're doing for them.
And you don't know what you're doing. Here's the other one brand deal at $3,000 a month. If you have a growing audience, look to add a brand deal or UGC to your monthly revenue. Write down five softwares or brands that you use on a daily basis. Craft a personalized email to them explaining the value of a partnership with you would bring them, and make it an easy decision for minimizing risk. Consider adding money escalators to your deal based off of views, clicks, etc. Have you ever heard of a bunny escalator, Danielle? Is that a thing? I've never heard of that before.
A money escalator. I'm assuming he's like that's a word for like bonuses. Like if I
Oh,
achieve a certain amount of views, you'll pay me a bonus.
I don't
Can't say I've
know.
ever done a brand deal where there's a money escalator.
Okay, I just had never heard that term before, and I was like, maybe like because like again, like
No.
most of my money comes from doing client work. Like, and my goal is to with my monetized YouTube channel is to make a few $100 a month if I can at some point. So okay, now for brand deals, $3,000 a month for one brand deal.
Again, I'm assuming he's targeting beginners. So
Right.
I'm a beginner. He's telling me to charge clients $3,000. I'm a beginner. He's telling me I'm going to make $3,000 a month in brand deals. Absolutely not. Like you would need a pretty massive following to be able to charge a brand $3,000 for a single post.
Yeah. Exactly. He makes it sound
Exactly. He makes
easy.
brand deals sound easy. Also,
Yeah.
I would say from my experience and the experience of like other creator friends that I've discussed this with, 99% of the brand deals I do come from inbound marketing. So brands contacting me. I've never had any success with cold outreach, and most of my friends haven't either.
Yeah, I can see that. That makes sense to me.
Because
Um,
most companies have someone who works in like the influencer marketing department, and their entire job is to scroll Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and find creators that fit whatever the specific like demographic is that they're
yeah.
searching for. So obviously I do a lot of stuff in like the Canadian small business space. So they're searching
Mhm.
hashtags like Canadian small business and whose profile shows up. They need creators of a very specific size for certain campaigns. And so it's all judged based on that. So you just like, and they also have a set budget. So if I just reach out to Sage Accounting, who's someone I've worked with multiple times,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
say
you
like,
yeah.
"Hey, do you guys want to work with me?" They might have already hit their budget for the whole quarter. So like they're
Yeah.
not going to have $3,000 to throw at me. Like that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, totally.
Ugh.
I know. I thought you would appreciate, that. Oh, wait, and there so we've got $3,000 a month from your one client. We got $3,000 a month from your one brand. What's the other $3,000 a month, you ask? $3,000 a month selling a digital product. Digital products like courses, ebooks, templates are the go-tos of content creators. Low effort, high demand, high ROI. You need 3 sales at $29 per day to make $3,000 in a month. So start with a hot market and or a hot product, i.e. Notion slash Canva slash Chat GPT. 2, make templates they can download. 3, offer a free version and then an upgraded version for $29, which you have to sell 3 times per day.
I think the thing, so I see this a lot, like the whole make $1
Yeah.
million selling digital products. That's like something that's very popular right now on Instagram Reels.
Yeah.
And the thing that none of these people want to address, and it kind of ties back to the same thing with like the brand deals, you need an existing audience. It needs to
Yeah.
be of a fairly large size so that you have a pool to pull from. And those people need to see you as an authority in whatever the digital product is that you're selling. Because if I
Yep.
just come on Instagram one day and I'm like, buy my grow on YouTube course, but I don't even have a YouTube channel, like no one's going to buy that from me. So even though 3 sales a day might sound relatively easy, it's going to be really fucking hard if I've never,
Well,
like, I don't have an audience built around that idea.
well, and at a certain point, like you just run out of people too, right? Like, I mean, I have like certain people who have been, like I said, I've been in business for 16 years, and I have some people who will come to every workshop I do. They will never like pay my like, but they will come to a 25 or a $50 or $100 workshop with me all day long. But like, I have a certain number of people that'll do that, but it's not 3 per day forever, you know?
Yeah, I think too, what I've seen is like, so with the rise of TikTok, I think there's definitely the opportunity now more so than ever to like go viral and have that success, even if you don't have the audience necessarily. But it's difficult for me to accept people who have had that experience. Like I know people directly that have made TikToks, they went viral, they made over $1 million selling digital products. But now
Yeah.
they've basically twisted their brand to now like teach other people how to sell digital products to become millionaires, when it's like just because you did it doesn't mean that it's a duplicatable process now for everyone else.
Right. And that's what I say a lot in my reaction videos. I'm like, you should, if you want to prove your thing works, pluck a random person off the street. They should be able to follow your steps and they should have similar success to you. But none of them want to do that. None of them want to do that
100%.
because they know it's not going to work.
It's not. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's like part of it is like, yeah, your audience, your timing, your connections to other people, the like what the market is doing. So like maybe, I don't know, maybe Instagram takes tomorrow. And I'm selling a TikTok thing. And like when I started my company, like my company originally started as a personal finance blog. I started a personal finance blog in 2007, right before the 2008 crash. And then suddenly in 2008, everybody was looking up personal finance blogs, trying to figure out how to save money because like it was, rough out there. Not that it's not rough out there now, but like some of my growth involved that kind of timing, which I couldn't have ever planned for. I mean, believe it or not, I am not an insider on Wall Street. So, yeah. And then this is the, those were the 3 screenshots of like 3,000, 3,000, 3,000. And then this is the final one in case you want to. So the hybrid creator's path to 10,000 K per year, 1 client at 3,000 a month, 1 brand deal at 3,000 a month, and 1 digital product at 3,000 a month. 1 sells on autopilot. 1 takes a day to complete, and 1 happy client turns into many.
Okay,
Easy.
So a couple things to address here. A brand deal does not take 1 day. I've had brand deals stretch over the course of 6 months to a year by the time you like have a million back and forth through email and it goes through legal and legal approves it, but then they need to change this thing and then you got to refilm it. And like, it's never as simple as like, hey, here's my idea, approved. Oh, good, posted. No, it's at minimum.
Like the client has no changes.
No. So like that, absolutely not. Second, autopilot, no, because again, if we come back to this idea of digital products, maybe you already have the audience, you're already an authority in a certain space.
Yeah.
You still need to show up and make content regularly talking about that thing. Like I sell, I'll be totally transparent here. I started selling a $5 spreadsheet about 2 weeks ago. I've made close to $1,000 selling this spreadsheet. But I'm creating TikToks every single day where I'm demonstrating how the spreadsheet works, talking about the spreadsheet. It's not selling on autopilot. Like I'm spending hours every day talking about it. So it's like,
yeah. And if you add up all that time, you know what I mean? The time you took to create it and then the time you took to promote it, which is probably equal to the time you spent creating it anyway.
100%.
And then your customer servicing people that are asking questions about it, maybe in your messages.
Exactly. People are emailing me. How do I change this? Okay, then I got to record a screen tutorial and teach you how to do this thing. It's like, it's never as simple as I made this thing and now magically it's just selling all over the internet.
Yeah. And no one has any questions or changes about it. And I only talk about it 1 time and never again. I know.
So ridiculous.
I know. I was like, as I took those screenshots, I thought, oh, Danielle is going to have fun with this.
Oh, that's so annoying. Because again, if you're new and you don't know any better, you're going to see something like that and be like, oh, wow, it's so easy to make $100,000 as a creator. Like, no.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, and we were talking kind of before we started and I was like, people must think I'm a grade A dummy. Like I've been doing this for 16 years. Like, why don't I put out my 7-figure guru course? And it's like, the thing is like, if one thing worked for everybody and I only had to do something 1 time and sell it to thousands of people, like
I wouldn't have a job.
I mean, we might still be talking, but I'd be talking to you in some much cushier digs. Do you want to look at his social blade and then we can kind of close out this guy? Cause by the way, I downloaded, he had like a free like improvement thing. About Instagram. It's a Notion template. And what I will say about it is he like lists improvements to make, and then he links to specific Instagram reels he's made about how to do those improvements.
Oh, that's
not
cool.
For everything, but I liked the way he set it up. So if you want to download some of his free resources and check it out, I don't think all his information is bad. I just think it's one thing to give a tip of putting an engagement sticker on a story or to tell people to put the call to action at the beginning of the video. It's another thing to promise someone they can make 6 figures or to promise that they can be, make 100 a year. Like this is where, and I think this is our line, Danielle, right? It's like, listen, like you can have information, but it's when you make these promises that you're clearly not going to keep. That's when we have a problem with it.
Yeah, like there's no way to guarantee anyone that they can build a 6-figure content creation business. They might be able to, but to sell it as a promise is really icky.
yeah, it took me over 10 years to break 6 figures in my business.
I was making TikToks for 3 years before I ever got my first brand deal. So, and that was
Yeah.
like every single day I was making TikToks. Like, it doesn't just, oh, I'm a creator now, people are going to give me money. Like, no.
Yeah. So anyway, so this is his social blade. And as you see, media uploads 42. So he has 42 total posts. So I scrolled back because 42 isn't a lot. It's not like I scrolled for a really long time. And I clicked on it and I was like, oh, this was posted in 2021. But as you see, like it seems like he's had a website at least since 2018, but definitely since 2020. So I'm not sure.
Yeah. So if
So
you look at the media upload gained, you can see where he deleted all of the content on the right side. That
oh,
huge dip. So down to the right, that huge
I
dip
see.
right there, I would
Trying to
guess
get
would be
trying to get my
maybe
finger
where
on
he
it here.
deleted all the content.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. So it looks like there was a couple of major content purge and a couple of smaller content purges here.
Mhm.
And it looks like he had like a lot of growth. It looks like around 2018, 2019. And then it seems like growth has sort of like flattened out.
Slowed down, yeah.
And I feel like with a lot of these larger creators, um, I feel like at certain point, Instagram kind of pulling out, and we kind of see that, like, at a certain point, you're just not gaining any followers. A couple of people are asking what the B means and B minus means.
Yeah. His
I think
preschool
what it
grade.
is I think what it does is it takes into account, like, content posted, engagement rate, like, so how many people are interacting with this content, and, like, 0.76, it's not, like, fantastic. It's not, I guess, terrible for having that many people, but
It's also based relative to all of the other creators on the platform. So like if you looked up me, for example, my rating is like C- or something because I have like a pretty small following in comparison to the majority of creators on
yeah.
Instagram.
I'm not even on Social Blade because I'm so small, but yeah, so and if we look at the past, and again, it doesn't what's hard about these gurus and what's hard about me, and I know Danielle, you keep up with a lot of different people too. It's like it only keeps data for a certain period of time, but as you see, it's like he's gained 60 followers in the last 30 days. Like
When he has like 100,000, like I might gain
yeah,
60 followers in 30 days, but that's like 1% growth for me.
yeah, exactly. So anyway, and I'm not sure if like or any of these. So there's yeah. Anyway, so
Okay,
we
so
see
actually, oh
yeah,
no, that's following. Never mind. I was
yeah,
going to
yeah,
say
yeah.
that really steep incline at the beginning, but that's not. So it actually
Nope.
kind of like it doesn't look to me like this person has like purchased a bunch of bots or
Yeah,
anything.
nope, I agree. And I did
It
run him
looks pretty
through
organic.
I ran him through a couple of fake follower tools, and one of them said he had 0% fake followers, and one of them said he had 9%. So he doesn't seem to have a lot of bots, if any. And it sounds like too, when I look to um Facebook ads library, he's not running any ads right now. I can't say whether he's run any ads ever, but he doesn't seem to be running any ads right now. So
Gotcha.
anyway, so
I will say
that
though, to have
yeah.
almost 200K followers and your average post is only getting 75 comments,
Okay,
seems
yeah,
like your
that seemed
engagement
low to
is
me
not
too.
doing great.
Yeah, that seemed low to me too. So, but anyway, Danielle, please appreciate that I forgot my charger at my desk, which is right across here. So I'm gonna let you vamp for a second while I go get that. So
Okay,
anyway,
no worries.
that's all I have. I'll let you talk to the folks here, and I will be right back.
Okay. So, hi everybody. Welcome to my TV show. Love it. Love it. Next up we have my guru, which is someone that has been featured in some of my reaction commentary here on this channel. I've never like named her. You guys know me. I don't really name names. I don't care what these people's names are. They're all just doing scammy shit. So I thought this would be interesting for Nicole and I to look at because this person specifically, they're a coach, obviously. But they claim to be an expert in building six-figure brands, which, if you guys know me, we love learning how to make six figures on the internet. So I thought we would take a look at her little YouTube video that I think, hold on, I want to read the thumbnail because the thumbnail was the thing that really set it off for me. Get rich. It slipped away. It says get rich. Oh, it's loading. Hold on. Oh my God. Get rich and famous in 2024. So I figured it would be good for all of us because those of you that are on my channel, we're all trying to become billionaires. Nicole
Right.
obviously wants to learn how to get rich. So
Obviously.
why not?
Yeah.
Six figures,
Okay.
what currency? Actually, the six figures, if you remove the decimal, all you need is $1,000 and you've made six figures. So
Yeah, I know. I love I saved some content I didn't end up showing you, but one I called Guru Math, and he was literally talking to someone. And it was like, well, if you do $1,000 a month and then you have 5 people, and I'm like, my God, like it's like fourth grade math, but like with dollar signs
they
above
make
1,000.
like lead generation sound so easy. That's the part that frustrates me the most.
Oh my God, it's like, yeah, totally. It's
Every
ridiculous.
time they say six figures, triggers alarms and red flags. Absolutely, Monica.
Yeah,
Ugh.
well, and that's the thing. It's like, yeah, and who promises that? You know what I mean? Like, so okay, so we're gonna watch the steps to getting famous. That one.
Yeah, we're going to
Okay.
learn how to get rich and famous in 2024 because that's why we're all here.
Okay. All right.
And feel free to pause it at any point that you
Okay, yeah,
think
and you
something's
too, like
outrageous.
flag me down.
I'll wave.
I have a sneaking suspicion these are the type of people that are about to explode their brand, their business.
Is it blurry to you or is it just me?
It's blurry.
Okay, let me try to let me try refresh. Let me try refresh. All right, there we go.
I have a sneaking
Yeah, that's
suspicion these are the type of people that are about to explode their brand, their business, their influence in 2024. And the reason why I know this is because I am one of those people. And you are too, because you're watching this video. And if you guys don't know me, my name is Saba Lee. I was featured in Forbes as one of the top business mentors to work with because of how fast I built my online brand and business.
Red flag.
Danielle, do you know about Forbes?
You can pay to be featured in it.
Yeah, it's one of the pay-to-play publications. So if you guys ever see like Forbes, whatever, yeah, it's yeah. So
Anytime I see someone talk about how they were featured in Forbes, I roll my eyes.
yeah. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it too. So I just wanted to point that out. And yeah, and I talk a lot about pay-to-play stuff. I did a Natasha Graziano video. I don't know if you've heard of her, but
Yes.
yeah. So yeah, and she's in a lot of publications, and I speculated about how she got in them. So if you want to learn more about that, you can definitely
Yeah,
be in
she's
some of
an
these
incredibly
publications.
interesting one because she is
is.
definitely someone who was non-existent and then all of a sudden is like marketing herself as this celebrity famous expert guru. So very, very suspicious, I will
Yeah.
say.
Yeah. And and William, you're mentioning that she only has like 100 or 1,000
Oh yeah.
followers. So yeah, do you want to talk
I
about
did want to address this. So I didn't want anyone to think that us watching this was me like punching down. This woman I actually was introduced to on TikTok where she has close to about 20,000 followers. And then she also has 30,000 followers on Instagram. I just thought for the purpose of this conversation, it was more effective to watch like a longer form version of her videos than a bunch of her TikToks because it's the same shit that she's sharing in this.
right?
So that's
And
just
we
a
also
better format.
yeah,
It's
and
not
like
that I'm necessarily like hunting down a small creator.
of course, yeah. And I only have 1,000 followers too, by the way. If a couple of your people want to come, I've been stuck at 1,050 subscribers for like 2 months, and I don't know. And then it
So
kind of
go
fluctuates
subscribe.
around, like, yeah, if you don't mind, if you want to keep hanging out, feel free to do that. But yeah, okay. I just wanted to mention the Forbes thing because I was like,
Yes. So if you're like, how does she know what she is talking about? I've been in the industry for years now. So without further ado, let's get into it. This is how you're going to
years.
become the most talked about, the
2
most
years.
influential, and like the hot topic of 2024. Right now, I'm recording this in December, and I am in my what I call reflect and rise mode. So every December, I take the time to assess my business over the year, see where the market is shifting and going, and planning out my game plan for the new year. Now, what happens is a lot of people during this time, of course, it's the holidays, they take time off, they're like burnt out. So they never really take a look at what they want to do and how they actually want to scale their business and brand in 2024.
I find the word scaling also very triggering. And I only say that if you're watching this and you're like, I'd like to make my business bigger. I get it. But it's this idea that like, unless you're growing, like that you're not succeeding. I really hate that.
Well, yeah, and it's the whole like if we come back to the conversation around, become a six-figure creator. I've been seeing a lot of conversations over on Threads where people are like, I have no interest in building a six-figure business. I just want to build a business that like pays my bills. So why has this like marker of success suddenly been you have to build a business to six figures, otherwise your business isn't successful? Like it doesn't make any sense to me. But again, I'm not really someone that's motivated by like making $1 million or something. So
Well,
I think it's definitely a certain demographic.
Well, and people talk about scaling, but you really have to like really know how you do your stuff before. It's like I don't know. Do you get ads for those crappy like online games where like you have a farm or something and you have to put money in,
Yeah.
and then like, oh no, and then there's too much corn and then it falls on you and you die or something because you didn't have enough trucks. I mean, you have to figure out while you're small, you have to figure out all the parts before you add more people or more money to the thing. So I think it's worth keeping it small and figuring it out before you think about that. But these people
Or
who
if you
like want to
even want
scale
to do
quickly,
that.
yeah,
Like
totally.
I have no interest in having a team because then I have to manage people. I just want to do the work that I do and make money doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I think most people probably feel that way too. Yeah, they just right. They add a bunch of clients and, maybe that's the thing is like maybe you haven't figured out your processes and you don't serve them well or whatever. But there's a really good book if anyone's watching this and is interested. It's called Company of One. And it's this mindset of running your company like it's going to stay small, like on purpose. And how like you can still have, I want to get better mindset without thinking like, oh, I want to have like 200 employees or something. So
Exactly.
she said scale, and I was like, all right, I'm going to shut up now.
So my first homework and action item for you is even if it's carving out like an hour, 30 minutes before the year ends to look at what is going to be your game plan going into
Oh, we missed our
the new
chance,
year.
guys.
Now, after watching this video, you're going to get a lot more clarity in what to actually do because I'm going to break down what I'm going to be doing in my business, in my brand to just like 100x my visibility and become that brand that people are just like talking about every single day. So first things
This editing is this editing is interesting.
It's giving like 2010 YouTube, even the like high contrast of her face here. It's very much
Yeah.
like if anyone was around for like the vloggers of 2010, 2011, this was very much the style back then.
Yeah, it's like low budget Marie Forleo, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah.
First, if you are not creating content every single day, you're not going to be a hot topic. I'm just going to be so blunt and so honest with you. So right now, I have a strategic game plan where I'm going to be creating 5 times more the content I'm posting now to become even more visible to people who don't know me at all whatsoever. And if you do follow me, not just on YouTube, but on like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, I post like every day, if not multiple times a day. And the reason why I say this is because, to be honest, you're not going to become Tony Robbins by posting once a day. And I know that's what you want. That's why you're watching this video.
Is that what I want?
Also, does anyone want to guess how many people Tony Robbins has working for him?
Yeah,
In his marketing?
exactly.
I looked it up once because I reacted to a video where someone was like, Gary V puts up multiple videos a day, Tony Robbins puts up multiple videos a day, and I like looked it up and I was like, I think Tony Robbins has like 200 people on staff, and like Gary V also has multiple hundreds of people on his staff. So expecting one person to produce the same amount of content as a team of over 100 people is so stupid to me.
And you're just setting people up for failure because
That's
it's like,
what I
okay,
mean.
maybe I could have, you know, a 1 or 2 week period. You know, I sit down for an hour, I plan out what I'm going to make all these videos, but I'm going to burn out pretty quickly if I'm posting 3 videos a day on every platform everywhere. Like that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly, Monica. That would lead to burnout 100%. Also,
Yeah.
Lori, I'm with you. I don't want to be Tony Robbins.
Yeah, me either. He seems really, I don't know, he doesn't seem like the happiest person either. Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why we aspire, but
Ugh.
You want to be famous. So one of your strategic game plans is going to be creating more content in the new year. But this does not mean you're going to be sacrificing quality over quantity. We don't want shitty content over here. But what we're going to be doing is being more intentional about how we're actually distributing that content everywhere. So right now, if you're posting on Instagram, but you're not posting that same piece of content on like TikTok or YouTube Shorts or even Facebook or Twitter or even LinkedIn, you need to be doing it. Think about it. If one piece of content reaches 100 people on Instagram, if you take that same piece of content, that will probably take you less than 5 minutes to repurpose and share someone else. Those 100 people that are watching and seeing your
Repurposing, for the record, repurposing is not as simple as like taking a piece of content and then posting it everywhere. That's not repurposing. That's cross-posting. Repurposing is taking a piece of content and then tweaking it slightly to suit whatever platform you're posting it on. So yeah, some of you that follow me on Instagram, you might see I post, you know, my TikTok videos over on Instagram, but I'm making subtle changes like writing a different caption, adding a different hook on the screen, because I want that content to suit the Instagram audience versus the audience I have over on TikTok. Now, if I'm going to take that video and I'm going to post it to LinkedIn, I'm absolutely going to be changing the text that's in the video, the text that's in the description. Like, you don't just make one thing and then post it everywhere and it takes you 5 minutes. It takes me like hours to sit down and curate each post for every platform. Like, it's just
yeah. And even if you were cross posting, which I'll admit I do because
in
I don't
some
get paid to do my
contexts,
own
it
content.
works. I'm just saying that's not what repurposing is.
Right. But even if you repost it doesn't take 5 minutes because you have to like write another caption and you have like maybe you want to use a sound that's on Instagram.
Yeah.
And you want to use a different sound on TikTok because they're trying, you know. I'm just saying, like, you know, and then you want to upload it and you want to make sure the captions work. Like, I'm just saying, like, there's a reason that you would do it differently, even if you were taking the same piece of content. There would be a different approach. There'd be a different
Exactly.
caption, you know, there'd be a different, I don't know. But yeah. And by the way, if you also want to watch me rage, like anytime someone emails me and says, like, this should take you 5 minutes, like it takes everything I have not to write back and be like, well, then you do it. Because the thing is, it doesn't take 5 minutes, and you saying it takes 5 minutes doesn't mean it takes 5 minutes.
And this is the part that really irritates me with people like this is because she knows it doesn't take 5 minutes, yet she wants to sell you on the idea that it does.
She's selling you a DIY course. She's got to make it sound easy for you. But then you and I, Danielle, look like the bad guy when we're talking to a client and we're saying, actually, like, it's going to cost this much because it takes this amount of time. And then the client's like, well, wait a minute, shouldn't it be really short? It's a short video. And they don't understand all the different, you know, the editing and the filming and the, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah. And all those parts that go into it that take time. So we look like the bad. So us, the actual service providers working with the clients, end up looking like the bad guys because
100%.
Yeah. And that's what annoys me about these people is they get to sell the $2,000 course of like prompts or something. And then the client is coming to me and being like, well, how do I implement this? And then I'm looking like the jerk being like, actually, this person is saying this is going to take you this much time. And I'm telling you it isn't, but I'm not driving like a fancy car and whatever telling you this. Like they presented themselves as. Yeah, I'm just a broke hater.
If you worked on your mindset, you could work faster.
You're right. I should work faster on my mindset. All right, I'm gonna play this again. I love all the stock footage too. This is
your
good.
content in stream, it's going to be duplicated by like 5 times or even 10 times. So 100 eyeballs turns into like 500 eyeballs, even like 1,000. Now, creating more content is just not enough. It's not. This is the secret behind why big brands like blow up out of nowhere, brands like Alex Earl. And let me break it down for you. Now, creating consistent content, and a lot of it is just not enough to blow up your brand. But here is the secret sauce that a lot of big brands and creators have, that they just like literally come out of nowhere and they have a ginormous brand. This is what they do. Now, I want to use the example of Alex Earl because she literally blew up like out of nowhere. I think I found her like mid 2022, and now she's just like literally like A-list celebrity. I see her everywhere. And what she did was that was so strategic that a lot of people weren't doing was she was doing like the regular like get ready with me videos, like, you know, this is what my outfit is. But within those videos, she was sharing very personal stories, but not just one personal story, multiple personal stories of things that made it very relatable to the typical person. And she did this every day, if not 2 or 3 times a day. Now, a lot of the times people are
Don't
She's
you only
also
get
a
ready
college
once a day?
student
Yeah.
who
Yeah,
has
she's
free time
also
and
like
doesn't run a business
she's like young, thin, white, and attractive. Like
and
I
has
don't know.
wealthy parents. So she owns like a
Oh,
lot of
ding, ding,
expensive
ding.
things that shows this like aspirational lifestyle. Like when I'm using a $400 skincare routine, people are going to watch that.
Yeah, because I'm really curious about that. It's yeah, we got some good comments I want to just highlight here because yeah, 5 minutes selling someone else to do it. And then the
Exactly.
average video takes 5 hours. Yeah, that makes total sense to me. That's about how long my YouTube videos take when I record them. It takes 5 minutes to hand it to your assistant to repurpose it. Yeah. Oh my God. This is discussion is why I don't freelance.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
for
and a lot of people.
context,
Yeah.
today I recorded a video that was for TikTok and Instagram. I had to make a few changes based on each platform, and
Yeah.
then 3 sets of Instagram stories, and it took me 3.5 hours
Yeah.
to film and edit all of those. And those are
Yeah.
like 1-minute videos. Like there's no way you would do this in 5 minutes.
Yeah. And I've said this on my channel before, but like so with a lot of clients, we end up doing one production day a quarter just because
Mhm.
like so we'll show up and we'll film a bunch of stuff. And if I'm the one who's filmed the videos and I'm editing them, if I'm cranking all day and I'm not interrupted by anything, I can edit 8 videos. Sometimes
Exactly.
10 if they're shorter. Again, if I'm not this is like a 10-hour sitting here and I'm just editing. I
Focus.
have the footage already. And that is if I'm working fast.
Yeah.
So, and if I film 50 videos with a client, a quarter, it's going to take me almost a week to edit them of work.
Yeah, like it doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
Like when do you have
So,
time to do your actual work if you're just filming TikToks or YouTube or whatever she said, Instagram posts all day?
right. And that's the thing. And you'll notice if you follow me, you're like, Nicole, you don't post a ton of content. And you're right. I don't. I post like maybe once a day. Again, and I could be posting more, but I don't make any money when I post my own content. So I make money when I make content. But anyway, so let's oh my God, this woman.
are doing like get ready with me videos and sharing stories, but they're not really being genuine about it. Like think about it. If you were to just pull out, like I have my phone right here. If you were to just pull out your phone every single day and create content talking about what's happening in your life without a filter, without sounding professional, without even sometimes like make it super editable, more people will probably resonate with you because they see you more as like a human being. So if you're creating content like a robot and you're scripting every single thing, there's no personality, there's no value, like there's no real opinion or belief of what you do, what you love, it's just not gonna hit. So that is one thing you want to keep in mind when you're creating content, when you're creating a lot of it in 2024, don't just focus on making quantity of content. You also want to make it quality by injecting more of your personality into it. Now,
Okay. So post and we have to talk about ourselves in a deeply personal way. But like, does anyone, and I've said this before on my channel too, like, does anyone care? Like, I know about marketing, like nobody watching this cares about my skincare routine or like where I got my shirt, or you know what I mean? Like nobody cares about that.
I'm just like, unless you're trying to become the next Alex Earl, who is a lifestyle influencer, this advice isn't applicable to
Well,
most like entrepreneurs, right?
well, and there, I guess that's why she uses the term personal brand. You are
I
your
guess, but like I have a personal brand.
right.
My
Yeah, yeah,
business
yeah.
is a personal brand, but it doesn't have anything to do with my life. It's just I am the person that is, selling the service.
Right. Or there's like little snippets of your life, like we see your pups and stuff, but like it's
Exactly.
light. It's
It's curated.
let me get ready with me while I tell you the story about, the most unhinged date I ever went on. Like,
Exactly.
although I'm very
I
curious
just
about that.
I just like it would be different if she was like, because again, I'm trying to look at this through the context of her whole online brand, which is, build a six-figure coaching business. So if I'm trying to get famous through becoming a lifestyle influencer, that has nothing to do with me making six figures through coaching. So I just find it weird that she would be using Alex Earl as the example when Alex Earl isn't a business coach.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think it's like well, and she talked about like you want to be famous, like you want to be. So I think she's talking about, maybe she's talking to influencers or people who want to be content creators or something. But like when these people make videos, I wish they were more specific about who the audience is, because you start
Mhm.
watching it and you're like, oh, this isn't for both. Partway through, but the I thank you for introducing me to this guru. I
Second thing
appreciate
we're
her.
going to be doing to build up and blow up our brand next year is doing things differently. The thing is, people are bored as fuck seeing the same posts the same type of way on the same social media platforms. You need to spice it up. Now, this is where I genuinely believe creative minds and creative entrepreneurs, influencers, and artists are literally going to just like thrive and blow up next year. And I personally am very stoked to come out with a few different type of like video styles and content styles that's going to help me stand out from everybody else that's doing something that's like similar to me. Now, everybody has like this creative bone in their body. And now you might be thinking like, oh, I don't know how creative I can be. You can. Now, the reason why sometimes we overthink our creativity is because we go into the state of, oh, how is it going to work? Or are people going to resonate? What if I make a fool out of myself? But guess what? The people that actually follow their intuition, their creativity, they do things differently. That is where the big brands, the big videos, like they blow it up, because they're basically taking something that's normal, like a get ready with me video, and putting their own creative spin on it. So please, I beg you.
So telling personal stories while you get ready is something new. I feel like haven't people been doing this for a really long time?
Again, especially lifestyle influencers. That's why this
Yeah.
doesn't make sense to me, because she is a coach that coaches coaches. So why are we talking about sharing our personal life when we should be focused on how to like be more creative in our delivery of the value that we're giving away for free, even though that's a whole other conversation. But
Right, and this is supposed to be high value content. It's supposed to be quality over quantity, but like she just told us to take out our camera and just film this, but she also said like don't put out a bunch of crap. So I think, yeah. And I'm guessing, and I haven't looked at the show notes of this video. I'm guessing there's no notes on this video. There's no like outline of the content she's covered. She's just talking, right?
what do
Well,
you
I guess
mean?
we'll see after. Well, like usually, like with my YouTube videos, I try to like put, if I'm gonna talk about something, I try to put like notes. I try to put like,
Oh, I
step
see.
one, do this. Step two, do that. Like so, like if we break down her content, it's like, okay, post 3 times a day, make sure it's good, but also make sure it's authentic. Put your own spin on it and be creative. Repurpose it. It'll take 5 minutes. Like I'm just, if we boil down her advice, like it really isn't, ends up being not that much.
It's like every generic piece of
Yeah.
content creation advice you could have found if you Googled how to become a content creator. This is
Yeah,
it.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. So, but Like I said, it's the former teacher in me. I want an outline. I want to know where we're going.
Do not copy another brand. Do not copy another influencer. Now, this does not mean do not learn from them and do not study from them. Definitely do that, because that is going to give you a lot of tips and pointers of what you can do to stand out and gain a lot of attention. But if you copy someone and you're doing the exact same thing as they are, guess what? Like, that's why they have the audience, because that is them. You are you. So you want to make sure you're doing things differently than what your favorite influencer is doing. Now, strategy number 3 is very, very simple. Simplify your steps. Stop making everything so overwhelming and overcomplicated. I'm making shit very easy for me, very easy for me to implement, very easy for people to follow, and very easy for people to buy from me. If you have 1,000,001 steps for you to take action on something, you will always be behind. And you won't have that like pure aura and energy that just is magnetizing on social media.
I like how Aura was a bunch of lightning bolt
I
icons.
definitely think she outsourced this on like Fiverr or something. for
Yeah.
the
Well,
editing.
also, because in Canada, you spell favorite with a U, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And we don't in the US. So I'm like, okay, like, and I don't know if she's American or Canadian, but also she keeps hitting the table. I don't know if you keep hearing.
Shaking the camera.
Well, no, it's not like I'm shaking the camera, but I keep hearing like her hitting the table with, I don't know if she'll do it. I'm mentioning it in case she does it again, but yeah. Anything else you want to say? By the way, your expressions are amazing. So you watch this.
No, this woman just like drives me a little bit nuts.
She has a really interesting way of talking too. Like someone mentioned vocal fry, but it's like something else too. She pronounces things interestingly. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't call
It's
it
like
an
a
accent.
very what
It's
do
her
they call it?
delivery.
Exactly. The like intonation is very
Yeah.
and then we are going to talk how to be famous.
Yeah. It's interesting. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Because you have like a 10-step process of how to create a piece of content.
Yeah, I
now,
do.
I'm all about structure and strategy and hooks and headlines, but like if that's stopping you from putting out one piece of content every single day, throw that out the window and just start creating content. When I got started on social media back in 2019, that's when I started to build my brand. I just started to whip up my phone and do a daily Facebook Live. That's when like Facebook Lives were the thing, and I popped off to a point where Fox wanted to feature me on their news station because I was like the #1 college student who was like documenting her senior year by doing a daily Facebook Live. That is how I built my brand so fast, because A, I was doing something different, B, I was simplifying it, and C, I wasn't just in my head. One thing I always say to my audience, to my clients, and to you guys now is simple actions lead to daily transactions. So if your goal is to make money every single day, to gain attention, to get followers, your daily transaction will come from you making those simple actions. And the last thing that I want to say that will help you explode your brand, be the hot topic, be famous, popular in 2024 is being yourself with a niche. Now, I feel like this year it was all about like, be the niche, like be the topic, like be the industry, like be yourself and you'll grow an audience. But a lot of people were not successful with that. And the reason why is I say most of the time, actually like 99.9% of the time, big influencers, brands, celebrities, and businesses will blow up because they are known for something. And that something is why they will gain so much attention. If you're a jack of all trades and you're giving someone every single thing, but you're not actually known for one thing, there's not going to be a real reason why people should be following you. And you know me, I'm all about branding. I always say, like, you are the brand, you have the story, you have the knowledge, you have the experience, and you're going to be using that through your content, through your marketing, how you're actually creating video. But if you don't have a niche, you are taking 10 times longer than it could take you to become like a famous brand on social media. Every single brand, every single business, every single celebrity, they started with a niche. Taylor Swift, she started with country. Grant Cardone, he started with real estate. Gary Vee started with wine. Charlie D'Amelio, she started with dance. All of these people started with a niche. So pick a niche, know what you want to help people with. But when you are, once again, marketing, creating content, that is when you want to be yourself. So I'm going to end this video how I started this video. I have a sneaking suspicion the brands that will blow up next year are the most creative, self-express, don't give a shit people who are about to change lives. And if that's you, you watch this video, comment below and claim your spot because we are going to the top in 2024. Let me know if you guys love this video. Make sure to hit like, comment, and subscribe. I come out with weekly videos, Sundays with Saba, helping you build the most unforgettable life by being your own boss. And until then, make sure that you stay unforgettable.
Wow. Wow.
Yikes.
I'm just
I wanted to address, there was one comment that came up from our lives together, which is Hillary. And she said she's so close to the point. She happened to build her brand at a time when Facebook Lives were popping off. So it's not repeatable. And I think that's a really important piece because so many of these like internet gurus try to teach you their 5-step formula that was only applicable for like the 30 days that some new feature was launched on any platform. They got on the train. Now they're trying to teach you that you can do it too. So it's just like, it's so painful to watch stuff like this when they're really just negating the fact. Like Charlie D'Amelio that she mentioned, Alex Earl, they all got on TikTok back when it was really easy to grow on TikTok. So it's like, just because
and they're young, attractive women.
Exactly.
And oh my God.
Yeah, Hannah, she literally just went viral and now she says she's an expert. That's the piece that's most annoying to me.
Yeah. And if some of you guys, I would love to have, I do have more subscribers than her. That makes me feel better. Like that makes me feel a little bit better in the world. But, she said jack of all trades. Like, do you know the full expression for jack of all trades? Like most people don't, right? Jack of all trades, master of none is still better than the master of one. So jack of all trades is actually a good thing. So whenever I hear someone say that, like jack of all trades, I'm like, yeah, that's like a good thing. Like if you hear the whole phrase, it's a good thing. Oh my God. I'm just
unless you're trying to sell someone on the idea that you can do it all for them.
Yeah. Yeah. And like Demi says, you're successful once and you think you're an expert at it. Yeah. Cause like you can't do it again. You can't recreate, going on Facebook Live your senior year of college every single day. Like you can't.
Exactly.
If some college senior did that today, they wouldn't have the kind of growth that she's had. And also, clearly she has some video editor somewhere because some of those icons were real interesting choices in some of those edits.
100%.
And she kept hitting the table, and I was like, "Oh my God!" Oh my God.
Yeah, Space Pastry's asking, why won't these people admit their luck and timing? Because that doesn't sell. They wanted to sell their secret formula, and saying that they had luck on their side is not going to do that.
Right. Exactly. And the only reason I have, by the way, over 1,000 subscribers is because DC helped me get there. She shared it and a bunch of people got on board. That is the only reason I'm monetized right now. I've been making content on YouTube for over 10 years. And I had I don't know, 400 subscribers, I think, when I met DC. So, knowing people also really helps. So some of it is timing and some of it is knowing the right people, and I'm wondering who she because she seems very like I said, low budget Marie Forleo to me. Oh my God. Anyway, so, oh my God, that was beautiful. So I know you have there's a couple of TikTok videos too that you sent over. Do we know her background, by the way? I know you said that she's
I don't. All I know, and this is anecdotal based on someone that sent me this video in the DMs, is that she preaches a lot about don't have a 9-to-5 job, work for yourself, but she also openly admits that she's never had a 9-to-5 job. So my guess is she graduated college and then built this online coaching business, but I don't actually know to be 100% certain.
Yeah.
A lot of the stuff I react to on my channel,
yeah,
I don't care about their background. I just want to tell you why what they're saying is
Oh yeah,
bullshit.
no, I'm just curious at how much you knew about it. It's hold on. There it is. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, people just they really have this disdain for like 9 to 5 jobs, don't they? It's really funny.
It makes
Oh,
no
please
sense. Oh,
appreciate
let's
that.
just
Oh, is
go
that
ahead.
is this the correct one? Or should I pull up the other one?
I'm assuming I probably just picked everything that was on brand with the video we
No.
just watched.
I
We're
just
still
want
trying
to
to learn how to be
acknowledge
famous.
I'm logged in as one of my clients because I went to Stephen Molore's page and I was blocked.
Oh no.
I'm nobody, so I don't even know. But so I had to go as one of my clients to be able to get to his content. So in case you're wondering. All right.
Want to be a hot ass famous rich brand in 2024, I am about to spill the tea of what creators like Alex Earl have been up to and doing and what you can do to get on the bandwagon. After being in the industry for like a good 4 to 5 years, I know exactly what is working for creators and personal brands who want to make it big using social media. Now, the first thing you want to understand is every single big brand, creator, influencer, even if you're a business owner, they got big by being known for one specific thing. Last year, it was all about be the niche, and that is how you're going to grow. Yes, you want to self express. That is why it's called personal branding. But you need to have a niche that you are known for because that is how you are actually going to get bigger. And if you guys don't know, Alex Earl got big by doing her Get Ready With Me and talking about her like mental health and acne. That is a niche. Then the other thing you want to do when it comes to like getting rich is you need to have a product that you're selling. I see way too many creators and influencers have huge followings, but then they're getting ripped off by like other businesses or brand deals, or they're relying all their income in other people's hands. This is where digital products like courses, even like merch, coaching comes into play. If you do not have a product to sell, it's going to be very hard for you to make money on social media. So that is where I'd start with. Start with a niche, get clear on what you want to be known for, create content every single day, and then have a product to sell. Have any questions? Drop them in the comments. That's all.
Okay, she's not inherently wrong, but you're not going to get rich
Stay unforgettable.
Oh my God.
statistically.
Also, she said niche and niche in the same like she said niche and niche.
I noticed that too
Did
because
you
okay,
notice
so
that?
in
I was
Canada,
like,
we say niche, and so anytime someone says niche, I like twitch a
Yeah.
little bit. So that I was really like hyper aware that she kept saying that, and then when she said niche, I was like, wait a minute, was there a glitch?
yeah. Yeah. And I also she didn't correct her captions, and when it said merch, it said on the screen it said MERG. It said merge, MERGE.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, you didn't like correct your captions either. Like, okay. Again, I like guys. I'm we call it like in the company we call it like be a picky bitch. Like so when I make something and like I have my coworker look at it, I'm like be a picky bitch. Like yeah, because like I catch my whole point is like I try to catch stuff that other people don't catch, and I'm used to like looking at that stuff. I don't expect other people to be picky like me, but oh my God, wow. So I wonder if do you think I wonder if she has a product to sell. She says like you
Yeah, so
really need to have a product.
yeah, so that's what I'm saying is like her main thing is that she's an online coach. So she's like a business coach, she sells coaching. I think she has like a digital product that she sells in relation to that. So I find it really
Ah,
interesting that she's teaching people like, "Oh, here's how to become a famous influencer," but it's like you're not going to make money being an influencer. You want them to like join your coaching program. So
yeah.
it doesn't really connect for me.
Yeah, and she really seems up Alex Earl's butt, doesn't she? She's like very
Yeah.
into it. I'm just like, okay, like I mean, like I said, I don't think anyone would care if I like put on makeup and told you guys crazy stories about 20 years of my online dating, experience. Although maybe you
Yeah,
would.
it's
I'm not very good at makeup, but like I said, I have been online dating for 20 years and it's been a wild ride.
the stories I could tell.
The stories I could tell. The stories I could tell, but like I said, it wouldn't I don't think it would make anyone want to buy anything from me.
But again, it's like it comes back to this conversation of like, okay, yes, there's the opportunity to sell digital products online and make money. But unless, and she was kind of getting to this, have a niche, become an expert in a specific topic. What she fails to address is the fact that that takes hours and years and months. Like it's not just, oh, I know about marketing, I'm going to start selling a digital product about
Yeah.
marketing. No, I have to build the audience that wants to buy the thing first.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I've never been really great at selling digital products myself, because I don't have like a big audience that I primed for buying my products. Like I've had people.
Exactly.
So and yeah, I have courses on my website. I think I've sold like 12 of them over the course of the years. And when I do live workshops, people come, they really enjoy them, and they're like, "Oh wow, this is great." But like I don't have that audience online to sell those things to. So I haven't really made it a priority.
And it would take you many months, if not
Yeah,
years, to
years.
build
It
the
would take me
audience to
years.
sell those
Exactly.
things to. Like they make it
Yeah.
sound so easy.
Hannah wants me to sell online data coaching. Oh my God. No, I would. Yeah. I mean, there's yeah. Oh, it's crazy out there, but yeah, I did, Nerve personals. I've done OkCupid. I've done Tinder and all the apps. Like, I mean, I have seen some stages of online dating here. Don't mind me. I'm just refreshing that second TikTok you sent me from her. My God, she's amazing. And watching you watch her is hilarious.
Yeah, so all of this is blind. I just read the titles of the videos and was like, oh, I'm sure this is probably good. So I haven't seen
Oh my
any of
God.
this stuff.
It's great. Yeah. I'm trying to get her to be quiet here. She's like in my ear. All right.
$500 a month to making $500 in an hour. Anybody can do this. I used to get paid like $12 an hour working at like a part-time jewelry store, making like $500 a month. But now people pay me $500 for one single hour because
Oh my God. Hold on. I don't know what is happening
of
to my
what I
internet.
called specialized skill.
I'm going to start it over again. I should have downloaded this before we
You are
started.
so knowledgeable about a specific topic. For me, it's on branding and making.
Oh my God. Hold on. Let me kill this 1 second. I don't know what's happening to my internet here. Let me close some tabs. Stop it.
Hannah, she has one of these. I have one. These little lapel mics. They look like this, but you're supposed to clip it to your like shirt. So it should be like this.
Oh.
You're not supposed to hold it like, hi everyone, welcome to my TikTok. Like, no, it's a lapel mic. Like I have these ones and people have probably seen my videos. I hold these just because I'm lazy and I'll like, but you're supposed to clip them to yourself. You're not supposed to hold them like a little microphone.
Yeah. And
Just a fun lesson.
And they do make a
That's
big
like-
difference. I have like an older client and she's like 80 years old. And so when I'm doing videos, she talks really softly, but with that lapel mic, you could really hear her, which is nice. Hold
Yeah,
on.
it's really
I'm
good for
trying to download
isolating the
some
sound too. If you record videos in like a really echoey space, like my office, I need to invest in like a rug or something. So I find the microphone helps cut the echo a lot.
Yeah, for sure. Oh my God. Sorry. I don't know what is happening with my computer here. I'm just closing some tabs. Don't mind me. I keep trying to make it bigger and I keep trying to pause the video and it is just like,
Not having it.
TikTok.
But yeah,
It is
I
not
think,
having it.
Demi, to
I
your
lo-
comment, I think people like the like comical aspect of like how funny it looks to hold
Like
a
you're having a
little mini
teeny tiny microphone.
Exactly. Because you can buy ones that are shaped like actual microphones and they're like glittery and then it's like
Yeah.
funny, so.
And I've seen a couple of creators like, and that's like part of their shtick is they like use the glittery
Exactly.
tiny microphone. Oh my God, stop it.
But yes, it's very silly. You're right.
She's like talking in my ear and I'm just like,
Shut up. You've heard the first sentence like 20 times.
Yeah, like I get $500 an hour and I'm like, okay, like I don't know what you could tell me in an hour that was worth $500, but okay. Stop it. Yeah, and I pay for really fast. I pay for gig internet at my office, which is why I'm doing it at my office and not at my house, so that there's not like cats randomly flying. onto the desk like they typically do when I'm at home. But yeah, I came here because I thought the internet would be fine. But oh my God, stop it. She's like talking in my ear. It's like one more second here. I'm just trying to also download it.
Oh, okay.
There we go. Okay. Stop it. Stop it. Okay. I'm refreshing and I'm pausing. Stop it. Stop it. Why won't it let me pause it? Oh my God. Okay.
Space Pastry says, I wouldn't mind your wacky cats.
Oh my God. No, the cats are great. But like I said, I was like, oh, I'll go to my office where I pay 4 times the amount of money for internet here that I pay at my house. So it'll be nice and fast if there's a lot of people on the stream. Oh my God, stop it. All right. X. There we go. Hold on. I'm just closing everything. I swear. There we go. Okay. Enter. Move this over. If I have to hear one more time. There we go. Okay. Pause. Oh my God.
I made
paused.
$500.
She's said it in my ear conservatively like 40 times. Okay. Wow. It is like, if you want like a torture device, like this might be it. Like to just, okay, I have her. The audio is shared. Thank you for your patience. I do not know why my computer decided to do that.
$500 a month to making $500 in an hour. Anybody can do this. I used to get paid like $12 an hour working at like a part-time jewelry store, making like $500 a month. But now people pay me $500 for one single hour because of what I called specialized skill. And you are so knowledgeable about a specific topic. For me, it's on branding and making money on social media. For you, it might be health and fitness. People are more than willing to pay you for your time to figure out a solution for a problem they're having. This is why you see big brands and creators, entrepreneurs and business owners literally blow up out of nowhere, make millions of dollars because they have a specialized skill.
I don't know why it's doing this.
It's okay. We're almost at the end.
Want to make more money, be specialized for a skill, but
Build a brand around that skill. I'll just narrate.
Did you know
brand
that
around
you can have a
skill, so
skill
that
and then you
way,
could sell it?
more people get to know who you
Okay, I think I get the point.
Yeah,
Guys, if you
I
want to
think I
make
get the point. Oh my God.
$500, get a
Oh my God.
specialized skill and
And then
sell it to
tell people you have the skill.
Again, it reminds me of the, find a client to pay you $3,000. What is the skill? What is the problem? What are we
Yeah.
selling people beyond hopes and dreams?
Yeah, I don't know if like $500 an hour is a lot. Like I'm trying to think. So like a couple of clients, because we do website stuff too, like they need customized databases. So I have a guy, I call him Database Jeremy because I have multiple Jeremys in my life and he's Database Jeremy. So Database Jeremy, who has, 20 years of database building experience, I think he's around like $300 an hour to build a customized database. I don't know what this person can tell you for $500 in 1 hour. I'll be honest with you.
That would
I don't
be
think it's
like
much.
worth it. No.
Yeah, I can't. She'll be like, develop a product, sell it on the internet.
Yeah.
Make
Decide
social
you're an
media
expert
content
in
about your
something.
product.
Exactly. Choose what you want to be an expert in and then start making TikToks about it so that people believe it.
Downplaying the fact it takes years to exactly.
Yeah, they don't care about that. They care about presenting themselves as an expert, not about actually being an expert.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's, and hourly is that $500 a month was honest. Oh my God. My mistake choosing a skill no one wants to pay for. Oh my God. Pay money to listen to her talk. Yeah. So, oh my God. Wow. Well, she has a lot of confidence. We can give her that. And I also want to be, I want to be clear
the confidence
too.
piece is the part
Yeah.
that really annoys me the most, again, because it comes back to this idea of like, I can choose to be an expert in anything. And so it's not just her, it's countless coaches on TikTok have just chosen that they're now a social media expert, a
Yeah.
business expert, or whatever. And as long as they can show up and talk charismatically and act like they know what they're saying, there's going to be people out there that see this and fall for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's never
Well,
about
and
actually learning how to become an expert. It's about learning how to present yourself as an expert when you're not.
yeah, exactly. And I think what it is, and I don't know if you get this on your I don't know if you get this as feedback. I haven't read like a ton of the comments section. Everyone seems pretty supportive, but like sometimes when I post videos in particular about like MLM people say, well, you're tearing another woman down. Like you're like not, you know, championing the work of other women. And it's like, listen, like I can't champion something if I don't think the person like knows what they're talking about. And, you know, have we seen samples of her videos that she's like helped her clients create? Do we know? She keeps mentioning, what is it? Alex Earl? Is that her name?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, but that's not her client. So like, I don't know. Like I said, if somebody messaged me and was like, hey, I'm considering hiring you guys, I just want to see some samples of your work, I'd totally send some over. I'd be like, hey, you know, and actually part of my proposal software, we have case studies in it. And like I said, I stopped putting on my website because there was a certain firm that I kept like trying to poach my clients all the time. It was really annoying. So I just took them off my website. But I'm totally fine with sharing them with people. It's not like a secret, you know, who they are or anything. It's just, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I just wish she shows some examples of what she's talking about.
But that's the problem is like
Yeah.
they also use, you know, their income. Again, she's saying I make $500 an hour, whatever. I
Yeah.
make $100,000 a year. They use that as their marketing, but it's
Yeah.
like, okay, but how much money are your clients making? What results are they actually getting? Are they also making that money, or are you
Yeah.
making that money selling them on the dream that they can make the money, but they're actually not making anything?
Yeah, exactly.
Ah.
Wow.
Yeah,
This was
Harrison, you're right.
fun.
It's our broke hater mindset.
It is our persecutor mindset.
That's me. Too
um,
funny.
it was fun to exchange gurus. I kind of like that as a concept because, like,
Yeah,
yeah,
like things you've never seen, people you don't know. It's a fun way to like get introduced to content that you might not find otherwise.
yeah, totally. And
For sure. All right. Well, thank you everyone so much for watching.
yeah,
I hope that this was fun for you. Let us know in the comments if this was fun, if you liked it, if you want to see it again.
yeah, exactly. No, it was great. Thanks so much, Danielle, for collabing with me. It was nice
Of
to get back
course.
into the live stream again. I haven't done a live stream in like 5 months, so I was a little rusty there, but I appreciate all your patience of me pulling up infinite screen grabs of websites from this guy and stuff. Yeah,
I know
thanks so
my
much.
subscribers are used to many technical difficulties, so we're here for it.
Yeah, I'm normally a little bit better, but it's okay. It
I am
feels good
not.
to get back into it. No, you are. Stop it. You are. And I know, and we had to use StreamYard, so we couldn't do the floof cam, but yeah, we'll see if we can find
We'll find a workaround for next time.
yeah. Cool. All right. Well, thanks everyone for watching and have a great rest of your evening and lick the stream wherever you're watching it. And just for my channel, go subscribe to Danielle. I will add her to the show notes section of the description. And if you want, subscribe to me as well. And yeah, thanks so
Yeah, I'll
much.
make sure you're linked in there too. I'll add you right now.
I will try to see if I can add in the chat at the same time. I'm really...
Here we go. I'll put you in the description too for anyone watching the replay.
Awesome.
Thanks, everybody.
Right.